Hi there, it's Tanga. How are you doing? Well, today I wanted to share a few things around some of life's challenges that come up for us. And it's come about because over the last few days, a family challenge that I've had to face has been going on now for about it's 3 years now. The last couple of days it's gotten really quite nasty, and so I needed to understand that this is actually now a grieving process. This is me really stepping away from that relationship and lovingly releasing. And what I wanted to do today is, through that pain, it's helped me to understand, life is always going to be throwing up challenges, whether it be health challenges, as we've had currently with COVID, or relationship challenges, or employment challenges, or money. There is going to be stuff that gets thrown at us. And I wanted to really notice how I was actually moving through that challenge, because if it's one thing that I've known really clearly ever since my breast cancer survival and coming out of that, I've realised that resilience is built off the back of moving through these emotional challenges. So I wanted to share with you, I've sort of had a bit of a research, and I've listened to webinars and read some content, and I think I've managed to really nut it down to maybe about 4 or 5 things that really helped me through these different situations. And these 4 or 5 things I haven't always been good at nailing. But I've noticed as I get better at doing that, as when I get better at moving through these spaces, it's allowed me to come out on the other side better, stronger, more determined, more focused, more hope. And this is where I'm sitting at the moment. So number one thing, the very first thing I guess that really makes a difference is observing your emotions, really sitting in that and noticing your body, what's actually tensing up. And that's where your feelings, your emotions are coming through, those feelings. And when you start to notice it, it's so important that we don't judge ourselves. Now, I judged myself. I used to say, oh, come on, snap out of it. That's enough. Or, don't be weak, or toughen up. And these are beliefs and values that have been, that we've taken on board from adults and people that have influenced us as we've grown up as well, or our culture. So notice what's happening, really loosen up your body, and be kind to yourself. Notice if there's tightness somewhere in your body. And that's a really good time to just sit in and notice that, yes, okay, I'm feeling sad. Name it. Feeling sad. My heart is heavy. Speak it. Acknowledge it, because that's what you're feeling at the moment. And it's honouring that that's where you are. And so you're validating. That's the second thing. You're validating your emotions, and you're accepting them for where you are in that space, without judging. Now, I read somewhere that when we start to judge those emotions, we actually create other emotions of trying to mask it with something, like we might reach for alcohol, we might reach for that smoke or food. And I am one of those people. Alcohol, red wine was one of my masking agents. I don't touch a drop of it now, and I have no interest in it. But I tell you what, not so long ago, I would quite happily put away a bottle of red. So observing your emotions is the first one, and validating those emotions so that you can honor where you're sitting. The other thing is often when our monkey mind is really peddling memories and going back, all that blame goes on, and you're starting to focus on memories and the past. And so the third thing that I found really useful is to really come back into the present. Think about what you're doing now, where you're sitting, what noise is going on around you, what can you see outside. And this is a really good time also to throw up photos of really important people to you that uplift you. My family is huge for me. My husband, my children, my grandchildren, all of those people just uplift me. And so I will quite easily flick on a video that my children have shared with me of what my granddaughters have done that morning, and that's what uplifts me. That's what brings me to the current moment. So observe your emotions, validate them, and then focus on the present. The fourth thing that I found really useful, and have really just begun to understand this, is this self-regulating activities is what I've heard it to be. Self-regulating activities. And what that is noticing where your emotions are sitting. Are they heightened? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling like you want to flee? You're in this state of you're shaking, you just want to get it out. You're heightened, and what we want to do is to look at centering yourself back, just calming that back down. And the other side of the coin there is if you're feeling down or sad or heavy, then we want to refocus on reconnecting. So self-regulating activities could be things like yoga, meditation, breathing, muscle relaxation activities, all of those types of activities. Self-care is that ability to self-regulate and bring you where you're feeling more centered and back where you feel like you're in control again. The fifth thing, which has always been something I've struggled with, only because I've discovered that I've always been this sort of person that liked to be in control, or liked to look like I was in control. And so the last few days I've reached out to my mentors community. I've reached out to people in my family who I trust, who I can talk to, who can have a laugh with me, who can help uplift me, and have been really great influences for me. And just listen. They don't try and fix things, they just listen. And they sit with me in that space. And I had that really great experience in sharing with my mentor group. And I was in a space of feeling so heavy. And when I put that out there, I was really surprised with the stories that were being shared from people that have gone through similar situations with close siblings and understood where I was. They had been through that as well. And it did surprise me. But it didn't surprise me in a nasty way, but in a wow, it really validates that these are natural, normal situations to go through, because I know I was feeling like a bit of a freak, like I was the only one that goes through this stuff. Why is this happening? Why me? Why, feeling disconnected. So connection is such, for me, that fifth thing, connection is such a critical part of staying connected. And when you think about that, all of those five needs are in our hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Is that connection, is feeling validated, is that feeling loved and embraced. So, just quickly again, observing your emotions, validating where you're sitting, acknowledging them, focusing on present, just regrounding yourself with things that really uplift your soul. And that could be family, as it is for me, it could be nature, like the beach, like, in our bush, anything that you feel centered, recentered in, and self regulating activities that keep you grounded and back centered, and connecting with people who you know that you can trust until you can move forward, because you also then provide that support back. So it's a reciprocal sharing of energy. So it's a little bit longer than I've done in the past, but this was a really big thing, and I really wanted to share that with you. If you find yourself in that space, honour it, allow yourself to go through that process. And I'm back now refocusing on where I'm headed to, where my passion is. This is my why that pulls me out and says, right, okay, I've been through that, I've acknowledged it, I'm okay with it, I'm sad about it. It's a closed door of a relationship that was very near and dear to me, but at this point in time, that now is closed, and I'm refocusing. All right. Hope that share has helped you or will help you at some stage. Please feel free to pop a note or share any of your thoughts or experiences with me, and I will check in with you again. Thank you. Bye bye.